Hello YouTube, this is Jericho, aka Zeroed In, once again bringing you another team deathmatch, and I know I posted a lot of these. The reason being primarily is because team deathmatch is the core mode of Call of Duty, and I mean I'd say free for all is right behind that, or possibly domination, but the reason I haven't really been recording those is because I feel like I kind of want to get Team Deathmatch at least a little bit out of the way first. Mostly just because I think people have the most trouble with Team Deathmatch, and I feel like if you can master the core mode, then you will be better off in pretty much everything else you play. It's not that I dislike domination or free for all or search and destroy or any of that. I feel like team deathmatch is the best place to come up with the kind of general strategies that will help people out when they're first trying to improve their game. So that's kind of where I'm coming from with that. And yeah, so this game I'm using the SPAS-12 again. And I'm pretty sure I get most of my kills with the SPAS-12. I'm not 100% sure about that because I didn't count. It's pretty evenly distributed between that and the MP5k. The MP5k is an excellent close quarters weapon, and with FMJ and stopping power, it handles medium range just fine. A lot of people are convinced that the MP5k just has so much recoil that it's impossible to control and all this crazy stuff, but really even up to medium range it kills in 2 to 3 bullets, and they come out very quickly. It is I believe with rapid fire and again I don't want to get this wrong, I think it's the strongest automatic weapon in the game within its maximum damage range. If it's not, it is definitely one of the top ones. I mean, this thing takes people down in a hurry. And combine that with SPAS-12, the strongest shotgun, or at least the strongest one-hit killing shotgun with the most range, you make a very good close quarters setup. This is excellent. What I found is most effective is using up all the rounds in your MP5k and then immediately switching to your SPAS-12, and you'll notice that by the time you switch to the SPAS-12, you're within the range that it needs to operate within. Now right here, I usually don't point things out like this, but the reason I just stopped and I'm just sitting is because I'm hearing some very intense footsteps coming this way, and once I'm sure that they don't see me anymore, I come in and take them down. And just like that, an easy 3 kills, and I'm on my way, make it a 4th. Why not? I throw a smoke. I usually throw smokes to either, not necessarily to distract the enemy team, kind of like I did there. To be honest, I'm not really sure why I did it there, but usually this is something I haven't talked about before, and I've been meaning to talk to you guys about it. Smoke grenades. I rarely see anyone else using them, and when they are, they just kind of throw them in random directions, but smoke grenades have a very specific purpose in this game, no matter what your class is, and it is best used to control ranges at which you will be engaging the enemy. I know that sounds really weird and kind of complex or something, but when you think about it, if the enemy's all coming up a big middle path, let's say on underpass, where it's very easy to get sniped from in that middle path, and that's where they want to take you on. They've got a whole bunch of snipers up there. Throw a smoke down. I know some snipers use thermal and whatnot, but it will at least prevent your team from sitting there and just watching through the smoke. Almost every time you'll see both teams scattered to the perimeter, and that's really where you want to fight, because you no matter what weapon you're using, unless you are using a sniper, you really want to control the range at which you fight. You want to fight from around corners, and really, especially with SMGs, you want to keep it as close as possible. I mean, even though they can handle medium ranges, you'll see me several times. I'll just barely make it. You know, their specialty is close range, and outside of that, you're really pushing it. So always play the safe bet. And I've already discussed the 479. For some reason, I thought they got me a lot more kills. I thought my Harriers and Pavlos got me a lot more kills in this game than they did, which just goes to show you. I mean, you can't always expect the counter UAV to completely prevent them from shooting down your air support, but it does make them a lot more effective on average. It doesn't necessarily always get you more kills, but it tends to make the kills that it gets for you much more consistent. So that's just something I've noticed, and I don't know, I still really like it, and it ended up doing well from this game. I didn't use a chopper gunner or AC-130 or anything like that, not even a nuke, and I still got 40 kills, went 40-4. So it can be done with just good old-fashioned guns and a little bit of strategy. Now I can't say I'm exactly using the sector method in this game, something that I've talked about before, because I do a lot of careless rushing around and exposing myself, so I really was not following the general strategy. And if you don't know what that is, check out the Flawless M9 video that I have. It explains it pretty much perfectly there. That's like the perfect example I have of the sector method in action. This is more or less just defensive play. If I had claymores, I might be able to give you a little more idea of sector method and whatnot, but you don't always need it. It just it depends on the map too, I've found, but it does tend to work out. This the MP5k with FMJ, I've heard from several people that it reduces recoil. From my own personal tests, from accuracy, just spraying on a wall, it doesn't seem to reduce recoil. In fact, I'd be willing to wager that it does not reduce recoil whatsoever. But I think the reason people think that sometimes is just because they really underestimate the power of the MP5k. I mean, it does have a lot more recoil compared to its bigger Call of Duty 4 cousin, the regular MP5. But it is still the king of close range, and when you combine that with the SPAS-12, I mean, you can spray down the first 2 or 3 guys that come in and try to take you down. If they're at more of a medium range, then use the SPAS-12 to clean up and protect yourself as you fall back. I've found that to be a really good setup. So basically, you'll see me here. I'm obviously I'm not rushing, so I really didn't need marathon. I feel like I could have done this a lot better if I had claymores and scavenger, but either way, it works out. Though I would say the one thing you notice me doing is counterattacking a lot. Every time you see the enemy light up, or every time they go after your teammate, that's usually a safe bet that it's okay to go ahead and attack them then. That's a good way to know that you probably won't get shot at because they're either reloading or they're just not paying attention. And that is the game, 40-4, and what a perfect way to complete the game-winning kill as I get SPAS-12 Marksman, 8,000 kills for the SPAS-12. So that just about wraps it up. If you have any questions, please feel free to send me a message.